Hai, Assalamualaikum. Sekejap ya. Kita nak benda ni. Wait for a few more people. Hi guys, thank you for coming to my live. I nak share with you important topic hari ni. Sedih lah, asyik orang kita je tau yang kena. Let me share with you sekejap. Hi, thank you for coming on to my live. Give me a moment, let me like and share. Appreciate if you can help me like and share. Okay, Cik Mazda Muhammad, apa khabar? Okay, Assalamualaikum everybody. How are you? Kita buka page kita, jadi kita boleh nampak orang yang komen. Okay, Aina nak tanya, makcik-makcik kena scam. Ada tak sesiapa yang kenal makcik-makcik yang pernah kena scam? I feel that this is very important because over the years, I think Ina dah dapat dalam 4-5 orang I think tau. The same story, exactly the same story. Okay, example what do I mean by makcik-makcik kena scam? This what I see is a trend tau. Okay, so be wary, please inform your friends, relatives, your own mother, sisters, aunties because a lot of them is targeting the same thing, the same people, the same group of people. Is either makcik-makcik yang divorced, widowed, or single. Okay, it's always this those who without husbands lah, whichever scenario tapi selalunya those yang without husbands. Okay, and age group is about late 40s, 50s and above. Okay, so late 40s and above. So far about 4 or 5 of my clients my own clients yang pernah kena, and all of them belong to this category. Either they are all single, that means no husbands, and tak kisahlah live alone ke live dengan anak ke or something tak kisah. But all of them are on Facebook, social media. Okay, and they are within the range above late 40s and above. Okay, what happened is previously dulu, years back few years back, I think 5-6 years back lah, I think I have one phone call from one makcik Okay, this makcik told me that this makcik cakap, okay, dia berbual macam ni, Ina apa khabar lah apa-apa, and then she said, okay, saya dah ada kawan, okay, kawan bukan boyfriend, bukan husband, bukan. So I know that I sold her house because of divorce. Okay. And then so dia cakap, cik ada satu kawan. So kawan ni cakap dia foreigner. Okay. Dia bilangan, dia tanya makcik, dah lama jugalah cik kenal dengan dia, few months berborak-borak and all. So sekarang dia businessman. Okay, daripada one of the Ireland lah atau Finland lah, macam gitulah. Not America, not Australia ke apa tahu. It's always Ireland, Finland, macam gitulah. Okay, macam gitu main negeri Okay. Yang jarang-jarang dengar main negeri lah. Okay, so they will say he is a businessman daripada sana. And then so sekarang dia nak beli rumah dekat Singapore. Okay, dia nak beli Singapore. Of course lah, kita excited gila lah dia nak beli rumah. Okay, dia nak beli rumah apa? Dia nak beli rumah private. Dia nak beli condo atau landed. Is it? Bagus ni, big fish ni. Okay. Dia nak beli dekat Orchard Road. Wow, lagi big fish. Suka akak kan? Of course lah, suka lah kan. Nak beli condo atau Orchard Road punya, nak beli condo atau landed dekat Orchard Road. You know, this is jarang-jarang you dengar orang kita nak beli such houses in Orchard Road, you know. So they will say, okay, dia nak beli rumah dekat Orchard Road. And I say, okay lah. So the first thing, of course, as an agent, I will ask what's the budget lah kan. Dia dah kira-kira budget dia berapa. Budget dia, dia tak ada budget. So whenever people say dia tak ada budget, orang ni kaya gila lah kan. Kalau dia nak beli rumah, dia tak ada budget, then dia mesti orang kaya lah kan, betul tak? You all nak beli rumah nak kena ada budget kan. Kita nak beli rumah nak kena tahu RM400,000 ke, RM700,000 ke, RM2 juta ke. Kalau dia tak ada budget and dia nak beli rumah dekat Orchard Road, budget dia berapa? RM50 juta kan. So ni orang kaya gila ni. Okay, because that was the first time I got such a call. So I'm thinking, wow, makcik ni kenal dengan kawan orang kaya ni. So you know, I would definitely want to serve and help her the best way I can. Okay, but there's a catch. Okay, because dia foreigner. So as a foreigner, you want to buy land in Singapore, you want to buy house in Singapore, you tak boleh beli semua rumah. Waalaikumsalam Cik Sadali Yobas, how are you? Wah, nampak-nampak dari revamp rumah Okay. So so sekarang dia cakap dia nak beli rumah dekat Orchard Road tapi dia foreigner. Okay, as a foreigner, kalau you nak beli rumah dekat Orchard Road, tak semua rumah you boleh beli. Because of land capacity in Singapore, land is limited. A foreigner who doesn't have a company in Singapore, doesn't have a bank account in Singapore, tak ada any passes in Singapore, not easy for you to be able to buy any house in Singapore. Okay, cannot buy just any landed property. Even condo also not all condo. Okay. So I need more information. I cannot just go plug and choose whichever house kan yang dia nak beli. Especially because dia cakap dia tak ada budget. I cannot tengok the whole listing dekat Orchard Road and ada 500 rumah nak jual and nak bawa dia pergi tengok kan. So I have to ask for more information. So I tell her, okay, so now cik, so now dia tak boleh beli semua rumah lah. So Ina nak kena tahu more information. Dia ada apa-apa pass kat Singapore? Oh, tak ada. Kalau gitu dia tak boleh beli cik, nama dia limited lah. Kalau ada pun dia certain houses dia tak boleh beli. Oh, is it? Tak ada. Dia dah cakap dengan cik, dia tahu tak dia tak boleh beli under nama dia. Tapi dia nak letak nama cik. You imagine kalau somebody nak beli rumah, harga dia 5 juta lah. Jangan cakap 5 juta lah. Harga rumah 200,000 pun nak letak nama you. Ada ke orang macam itu? Demi cinta lah. Ada? I've not met lah. Ina tak pernah jumpa lah orang macam itu, yang penuh kasih sayang macam itulah. Tapi dia cakap orang ni nak beli, dia letak nama dia. So they are planning to get married. Okay, so at that time few years ago dia cakap lah. So dia macam segan-segan lah sikit. Kelakar kan? Yeah. So but this is how she said it. Okay, so the first time when I hear, I'm like, betul lah, mungkin ada lah macam angel lah macam ni kan. Maybe yang sayang sangat dengan makcik ni ke. Bagus for her lah kan. So of course I want to help her. So dia cakap okay, so sekarang dia nak letak nama cik. Habis macam sipu-sipu lah. Macam so we are planning to get married. Dia dah cakap nanti dia nak datang sini, dia nak ambil cik, dia nak bawa cik pergi Paris beli barang hantaran. Terus macam dia nak pergi Paris beli barang hantaran. Wow. Tak tahulah wow macam mana lagi Wow dia macam wow. Okay, so that's what she said. So I said, oh, alhamdulillah lah, lucky for you, good for you. Waalaikumsalam Muslimah. Thank you for watching my live. Guys, kalau you all kat dalam, please like and share. I hope somebody can benefit from this. Hopefully janganlah ada orang yang betul-betul, because I know definitely ada orang yang dah pernah terkena. So hopefully dia tak terkena lah. Hopefully lain-lain orang ni mau tak terkena lah hopefully. Okay, so this makcik cakap dia nak bawa pergi Paris, pergi beli barang hantaran. Okay, and then lepas tu he is going to come to Singapore to masuk Minang. Okay, and then meet the family members and all. So I know the makcik punya family members because I sold rumah dia kan. So I kenal anak-anak dia, I kenal mak dia, so this old nenek and all. So when she said that, I'm like, okay, it already ring a bell lah. But still, it may be true. I don't know. I don't want to be a negative thing, say anything negative. Then makcik macam tengah dilamun cinta, then I spoil it for her, you know. So I said, oh okay lah, good for you, gini-gini. So but anyway, if you really want to put under your name, you let me know, then I find for you lah. Habis macam ni dia nak tengok rumah semua kan. Waalaikumsalam Zulaikha. Hai, baby baik. Orang mak tengah dalam hari ni. Okay, so dia cakap so sekarang dia nak beli rumah. So I carilah listing. Okay, so I cari listing, and then when I find the listing, of course ada berlambak lah. So I slowly give her some units, tunjuk dia apa unit yang available. Hi Fazlin. Okay, so I slowly give her some units available. Okay, so dia tengok-tengok. Lepas tu dia cakap, okay, I forward to my boyfriend lah. I forward to my friend. Okay, so dia forward. Then he come back and he ask certain question lah. Macam, dia yang ni dia tak nak pasal rumah ni tak ada balcony. Rumah ni dia tak nak pasal ke dalam sangat. You know, so I keep filtering. I think this job took me like 4 months lah for me to filter. Waalaikumsalam Cik Adi. Okay, so so I keep filtering, you know. Can you imagine for 4 months I layankan, I try my best. I want to help her, try. So the boyfriend keep on saying all this lah, ni tak boleh. Okay, so after that then she tell me the red flag was when she tell me, I keep thinking, of course at the back of my mind something is wrong somewhere lah. Angel macam gini I jarang-jarang tak pernah jumpa. Okay, but like I say, I don't want to be negative to tell her So I bilang dengan dia so that when I give her then dia cakap ni tak boleh. Oh, then this house is about $5 million, you know, macam not worth it. So I keep tukar and cari. And then one day she said okay, dia cakap dia nak datang tengok rumah ni sendiri. Baguslah kan, dia nak datang tengok rumah ni. So I also can bring a physical person. Dulu tak adalah Zoom meeting. Dulu we don't do a WhatsApp call meeting, you know. Thank you Kak Aslina, orang KL ni. Okay, so if you want to come, baguslah kan. Okay, so that is when the problem happens. Okay, dia nak datang. He runs a business gerebak-gerebuk. So dia dah bilang makcik ni, dia dah took leave. Lepas tu dia dah datang sini nak tengok rumah. Dia nak bayar deposit. Dia kalau tengok rumah tu berkenan terus deposit dia a few, you know, that million pun tak apa. And then lepas tu terus dia going to Paris, pergi beli barang hantaran, balik. Nampak kau macam nenek kau? Ranjat aku. Pintu tertutup kerana angin, kerana hujan. Jat degul. Okay, apa tadi? So dia nak pergi Paris, beli barang hantaran, balik nak jumpa the family and terus kahwin. So this is good, bagus for her kan. But the problem is now waktu dia nak datang Singapore. So when he dah nak masuk Singapore, according to him, he call her. So one day she call me. Ina, dia dah sampai Singapore, but now he is stuck at Denmark airport ke macam gitulah, one of the airport lah. Aku pergi Melata, tak boleh bilang orang. Obvious pula tu dah masuk Facebook. Jurong West dah hujan lebat dah. Sini I'm at Ubi dia dah almost lah. So dia cakap dia tengah stuck dekat one of the airport lah. I don't know lah, one of the Mat Salleh airport lah, Denmark ke apalah. Ke ni dah cerita 5 tahun lebih kan, lupa. So dia stuck kat airport. So for him to release, dia nak kena bayar $500. Okay, $500 only tau, $500. So when dia cakap nak kena bayar $500 ni, makcik ni tak ada duit. Kalau makcik ni ada duit, she sure give already. Okay, but dia tak ada duit. So she call me. Out of all her friend list, dia tak ada, cannot think of somebody that can help her with $500. So she call me. She tell me, Ina, I really she call me crying guys. Crying Okay. I have to tell you first the recap makcik. Okay, she's She's about 50 plus lah. 50, at that time was 58 ke macam gitulah So she got to know this guy from Ireland ke macam gitu. And then who dah in a relationship for a few months. And then this person nak buy for her a house, a private house in Orchard Road. No budget, any budget. Lepas tu nak bawa dia pergi Paris, beli barang hantaran okay. And then balik jumpa family, terus kahwin. You know, of course, as a makcik who just divorced, you know, aku tengah lonely, aku tengah sedih. You know, you berbesar hati, you have somebody who wants to treat you with that kind of love, you know. Isn't it? Of course lah kan. So I don't blame her. So now he's on the way. He's coming here. Dah betul-betul dah on the way ni sekarang. Dekat airport Denmark ke apa, nak kena transit ke apa, then come to Singapore. Left like one flight only terus sampai Singapore. Sekali dia start, passport dia kena apa entah. Now he need to pay $500. And according to him, he cannot reach his office. So office cannot transfer to him the money. And his cards are all blocked because he is there right now due to immigration gerebak-gerebuk. Tak boleh bayar. Suruh makcik ni transfer, immediately transfer to his bank $500. So now makcik call me. Makcik call me begging and sad and crying. Please Ina, please. You know, macam if I don't do that, if I don't transfer to her, you know, her angan, you know, her idaman wedding ni, relationship ni, hapus musnah. You know how can you imagine? All this musnah gila lah kan, definitely lah. So now when she tell me, aku pula duk fikir sekarang, kalau aku tak kasih, kesian pula angan-angan makcik ni musnah. Kalau aku kasih, in my head, ini obviously scam. To me lah, to me obviously macam scam. Tapi bila 500 ni tak dapat balik. You know, ni bukan pinjam, ni kasih, ni sedekah. Fikir nak kasih ke, tak nak kasih ke. You know, thankfully I have a very strict husband. So I told my husband, can I give this makcik $500 for her to gini lah. Macam, you know how sad story, she's crying, gerebak-gerebuk. The moment I tell that only, no, full stop, no, don't ask anymore. If not, ni topik aku dengan dia pula yang perang. So I have to terfikir juga tau. Under table kasih je lah, without him knowing, you know. But fikir, not worth it lah, aku dengan dia pula yang perang kan. Okay lah, sudahlah. So I told makcik, I really apologize, I cannot give you. I am so sorry. So makcik not happy, sedih. So that's the last time I heard from her lah. Okay, that was a few years ago. Okay, so anyway, I didn't think much about it until the next few years. I got another phone call. The story is about the same. Angan-anganku musnah kan. I'm always too kind, alhamdulillah. Adalah sikit kind, garang banyak, sikit kind. Okay. So I got another this single lady. Okay, she's also 48, 49 ke 50 ke macam gitulah. Okay, late 40s atau early 50s. She's single, not married. So she got this guy also who call her. The red flag to me is because when she called, she told me that this person is from Ireland or Finland, macam itulah, which is the same country as that one. Terus I dengar je ada macam, ini macam scam hari tu. Okay, so when then she tell me the same exact story. This person nak beli property dekat Orchard Road and no budget and nak beli under her name. Okay, and she berbesar hati, she want to help because tapi dia tak cakap relationship lah, dia cuma cakap this is a friend lah. So she is very big hearted to help because you know kawan dia nak beli rumah and macam no choice. So she really want to help him up lah. So after dia bilang macam itu, then I told her lah, I've heard of this story before. It's the exact same story. I think this is a scam. Nanti he will ask you for money. Dia cakap no, this one is a friend, dia tak akan minta I duit. Ya, not now, tapi nanti dia akan minta you duit. Dia cakap no lah, kalau minta duit then she know when to stop. So I said okay lah. But at that time I didn't ask lah. I think I carikan macam 3 unit and send to her. Then you ask him lah whether he want or not. Because you know I cannot work for 4 months again, you know, for free. So I feel that okay lah, let's try to minimize my loss lah kan, my loss of time So I say okay lah, tak apa, I find you these 3 units and you tell him, see what he say. So after that she never say anything lah. I don't know whether she's not happy with me or she asked another agent or what. But apparently after that, I think 1-2 months later, I call her and follow up. And then she said that she actually asked a few agents. And then she gave them the listing that the agents gave her and gave to him. And he asking so many questions apa-apa. And then after that he decided, and then she tell him, jangan cerewet sangat lah, kau betul ada duit ke apa-apa. And then he finally stopped messaging her. Okay, so Then she said, thank you for telling her it's a scam. Because now she realised that something sounds fishy. It sounds too good to be true. Hi. Okay, so when dia cakap macam gitu, thank you for watching guys. Like and share for me. Thank you. Okay, so after the second one, the third one, same story. Fourth one, same story. Recently, I just got another phone call. That's why I want to share with you today. Because this recent phone call, same exact story. The same story, the same flow. Kenal satu orang, Ireland ke Finland, one of those country, learn something kat belakang. And then lepas tu just friends, lepas tu nak beli rumah dekat Orchard Road. All Orchard Road, Nassim Road, you know this kind of area. This kind of area yang harga macam 50 juta punya rumah. You know, so when they tell the makcik tell me, makcik pun tak tahu rumah kat situ 50 million, you know. Makcik think is, Orchard Road, okay lah kan, maybe 2 juta lah. But when I tell her, you know, these houses are 50 million, 100 million, you know, it can be higher also, you know. Betul. Yeah, so you sure he want to buy it for you and put under your name? Baru dia macam, macam gitu. Then baru dia macam, okay, so now sound like a scam. So, I keep telling them this is a scam. Because there is a pattern already. Lady same age group, yes. Thank you Kak Mazlina. Okay, yes. Dia punya age group, the one that I saw, so far the 4-5 people ni that I have heard the stories, the age group is always late 40s and above. Okay, the woman is always woman. The woman yang selalu so far I've not had a man call me and say that ada woman call him to marry him lah. So far it's just guys lah yang call. So yang kena ni selalu woman, wanita, and these women are always late 40s and above, and they are always single. That means they are either single not married, atau they are divorced, or they are widowed. Okay, when I sit down and think why? Because I think that these are the most vulnerable women. You know, do you agree? I don't know, do you agree? Share with me what's your thoughts. Because I think this is the most vulnerable woman. If you are single at that age, you know, you are lonely, you are tired, you are stressed out. Maybe most, I won't say all, most. You know, especially if you don't have a husband, you know, there are definitely a lot of strong women out there. But I'm saying that most, you know, at this age, late 40s or 50s, 60s, single, you know, maybe you tengah ada masalah dengan anak, atau masalah dengan, you know, suami dah meninggal, masalah dengan cash flow. So here comes a Prince Charming, walaupun you tak pernah jumpa, nak belikan you 20 million property for free, letak nama you pula tu. Lepas tu nak ajak pergi Paris beli barang hantaran. If my husband is watching, bila you nak bawa I pergi Paris beli barang hantaran kali kedua? Hint, next year is our 20th anniversary, okay? Good info, thank you. Apa? My favourite son said that he will bring me. Yes, Naima, correct. So these are the group of people who are very vulnerable. They are looking for attention, okay? And these people are online, okay? It's so easy for somebody to approach you on Facebook and say, hey, hi, nice picture, nice smile. If you tak layan or just delete, it will not happen. But you know, you are in the stage where you tengah stress and all, so sometimes you think, betul lah dia tengok smile aku ni very nice. InsyaAllah semua ID buat nanti. Amin. Habis, so lepas tu cakap, so these are the group of people who are very vulnerable. So this dream of going Paris, beli barang hantaran, nak beli barang kemas, you know, and balik, nak bilang semua family members, you know, yang this Mak Saleh boyfriend brought me to this one, and this person is going to marry me at this age, and he find me beautiful. It's very easy to terkena. It can happen to anybody, even all of us. You know, not yet, it may happen in future. So why I want to do this live video is because I want to share with all of you that there is something crazy like this happening. Ramai nak add dengan kenal-kenal dengan kau. Yelah, kau dah kurus sekarang, dah sexy and slim. Ya, Fazlin, yes, vulnerable age. Kalau jangan cakap late 40s, aku yang early 40s, cik. Early 40s, pintu ni main pintu pula. Okay, aku yang early 40s ni, kalau ada hot Italian guy telefon cakap nak kahwin, nak ajak aku pergi Paris, boleh dipikirkan. Tak lah, memang lah. Kan? But I mean, don't you think so? I mean, I think it's just normal. You know, you are stressed, you are tired. You know, you got nobody to talk to. You tired of doing everything already and all that. You know, penat dengan everything lah. You know, at this age kau tengah juggling so many things. So I want to tell you, women out there. You know, I think women can be very strong, but women can also be very weak. We are one of the strongest people. We are also one of the weakest people. You know, we have our strongest times. We have our weakest times. So please don't let people take advantage of us. You know, this video, I hope, serves as a precaution that people know that something as crazy as this is happening around the world. And I am sure some people dah pernah terkena. You know, because I have one person who I know yang pernah kena, but maybe not from Muhammad Saleh, but from somebody lah, a guy overseas, you know, who asked her to transfer money. And she has transferred a lot of money. Ribu. More than 10,000 dia dah transfer. Okay, and in the end it was a scam. So I do know that these kind of things can happen. Okay, I have another one more kenalan, my friend's sister. Okay, also about the same age group. She received she was talking to somebody online, okay, for some time, and then this guy sent flowers from overseas, ordered flowers and sent flowers to her office. She was so excited. And in the next 1 week send her a ring. Aku tak tahu lah bedik tak bedik lah. But it's a ring to masuk Minang. And he's overseas. Okay. So this kind of funny things is happening. I have no idea why. You know, but somehow this is happening. So I think, you know, we have to take care of each other. We have to warn each other, precaution to each other. You know that let's not get over excited and then layan all these people. You know, yes, the notion of having a Prince Charming coming over with his knight in shining armor and scoop you to go Paris and then buy you a landed property of 50 million in Orchard Road, it sounds very good. I agree. You know, I think itu idaman macam setiap wanita, kebanyakan wanita. But you have to understand that, you know, it doesn't happen to everybody. Maybe it can happen to Cinderella. Okay, but we are living in the world, we are not in a fairy tale. So kena discount sikit lah cerita dia. Hati-hati sikit lah. Cannot believe 100% lah dia punya cerita tu. Do some check ke, tanya-tanya orang ke. You know, macam dulu kan, ni dengan my kawan-kawan kan, waktu kita pun dah start kerja and all that kan, kita ada macam lesen matai kan, kita will talk to each other and tell them, mati aku kerja kat sini, nanti kau check. So she will go and check. Somebody is working at whatever company lah kan, dia check dia ni phone bill, satu check dia punya air bill. Rumah dia berapa orang, begini tau. Dia punya bill semua selalu tak bayar. Alamak, dia ni tak boleh buat matai ni, tak boleh buat laki. Dia punya bill banyak tak bayar. Whole family tak bayar bill. You know, do that kind of check lah sikit-sikit. You know, talk to people. You know, don't over commit yourself. Don't get overly excited. You know, there's a lot of good things outside. But this terlampau amazing sangat ni pun, you know, you take it with a bit of discount. Take it with a bit of pinch of salt lah. You know, walaupun dia belum minta you duit sekarang, end of the day dia nak minta apa? Kau dia dah layan for a few months, end of the day kau dah tak minta duit, dia nak minta apa? Dia overseas kan? There's no other thing that he can ask for. He can only ask for money, right? Yeah. One of the person actually call me. Yang person yang I don't know which one of the 4-5 people ni. One of them, the guy, WhatsApp call me and personally ask me for money because he's at the airport coming here now. He called me before. If I'm not wrong, he asked me for 2,000. Transfer him 2,000. Merayu 2,000. Trust me. You know, so I tell him also, do you trust me? You transfer me 2,000 first. Then I trust you, transfer you 2,000. Kan? Dia tak trust aku nak kena trust dia. Tak boleh lah macam gitu. Okay, so jangan terjebak dengan benda-benda macam gini yang memeningkan kepala. Tak cukup kepala kau ada stres. Tak cukup kepala kau sekarang macam-macam benda nak kena buat. Nak jaga rumah, nak jaga laki, nak jaga anak, nak jaga kerja, nak jaga duit, nak jaga dapur, nak jaga masak. Plus lagi satu nak jaga matai overseas ni. You know, so don't go crazy over this. Don't get overly excited. So I hope you like and share and tell more people about this. You know, I think there's a lot of funny things happening to this age group of women. There's a lot of funny thing also happening to group of men or group of kids. You know, like teenage son. A lot of funny things also happening. So, you know, I think let's try to support each other. try to share with each other, you know, and hopefully we keep a lookout for each other. You know, hopefully kita semua tak terkena makan. There's already a lot of problems in the world. You know, fikir pasal COVID ni pun dah tak habis. Fikir pasal Palestin ni pun dah tak habis. Yeah, kids are even more vulnerable. Aku nak marah kids ke nak marah orang tua pun aku tak tahu. Kan? Kids think they are adults, and adults sometimes behave like kids. More, trust me. Trust betul ni. Trust sangat. Lagi-lagi kalau bab nak makan kuih, itu mesti nak trust Cik Mo. Mak makan kerepek, itu nak kena trust Cik Mazlina. Kids minta, yeah, exactly. Itu pun nak kena baik-baik lah kan. You know, now that my son is teenage kan. So, sometimes I also don't know what kind of check. What kind of checks ah? We do a bit more is too much. We do a bit less is giving too much. You know, too much leeway. You know, so what is enough? You know, sometimes I tell him, there is no guidebook, no. There is no guidebook, parents guidebook, where I know exactly what to do. I don't know. You know, so I just have, I know that if I treat you exactly like how our parents teach us, mati pula kau. Dari rumah pula. Tapi if I don't, you know, I try to treat you as an adult, you know, young adult. Kasih chance sikit lah. But don't stay on my head lah.
I'm just trying to go to the paper shop. This isn't blown away.
Yeah, so tengoklah budak ni, dia main game lepas tu dia on suara. Yeah, so we take care of each other. I think, you know, reminding each other. As a summary, okay, for those who just come in, these makcik-makcik scammers, dia punya selalunya this group of people that I've monitored and realised is age ladies. Most of them are ladies that I know of, ladies who are age late 40s and above. Okay, and they are normally single, either single, not married, divorced or widowed. Okay, but they are alone. Okay, so and then they can have money, they can have house, they can don't have also, doesn't matter. Some are working, some are not working, some tengah jaga cucu, doesn't matter. That kind of profile so far I think is mixed lah. Okay, but these two is very clear cut. Okay, and the people are normally from one island, Finland punya country, you know, but doesn't matter where they are from. Most importantly, they want to bring you to Paris. Even if they don't say they want to bring you to Paris, they say they want to buy a property in Orchard Road and put your name. Kalau bukan Orchard Road, dia cakap nak beli rumah kat Geylang ke, kat Virasamy Road ke, mana-mana lah. It still doesn't matter. He wants to buy a house and put your name. That's already a red flag. That's one red flag. Okay. Lepas tu dia nak datang sini, dia dah stuck kat airport. Cerita selalu sama. The same story, all of them. Dia nak datang sini, stuck at airport. Merayu-rayu, please. The amount that they ask for can be very small, you know. Because kalau suddenly dia minta kau 10,000, kau pun tak kasih. Kan? Itu dah biggest red flag. Nak kasih pun dah macam bodoh lah kan. But now they ask for $500. You know, you think, alah, sikit je. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. Kasih lah, sikit aja. You know, some may give. I don't know. Okay? Or if you don't have, they go call people around you and beg and borrow. You know, so they are willing to do that because yeah, it's a big dream lah. Angan-angan dia besar kan, definitely. You know, so yeah, you to see that go to waste is sayang lah. So definitely a lot of people will want to proceed with that dream, thinking that you dah percaya, right? Of course you dah percaya so much already. While spending more time on phone, I will just randomly eat. Yeah, correct. There's a lot of people who can disguise. And sometimes classmates also. You know, you have girls messaging the boys and asking, nak steady. I don't know. What's happening, man? Ada the girls message the guys and cekcok, cerita-cerita kampung. Hint, let's get together. Aku dulu kat sekolah pun macam gangster juga tau. Tak pernah aku message orang macam gitu. Dia dulu tak ada handphone Tak pernah aku grab somebody and say that, no? Tak pernah. But you see the people that, you know, in school, the secondary school girls are going around and, you know, like must have a boyfriend kind of thing. Okay, so yalah, be more prudent lah. Check lah. Okay, dulu maybe nak check handphone anak pun macam tak pada marah kan. Sekarang tak payahlah marah. Ambil je, check. Suka tak suka kau ambil pasal lah. I think have to, right? I still don't know wrong or right He said no privacy. Entahlah, I still don't know. Because I told him first I'm a parent second I'm a friend. But first I'm a parent, so I have to check. Tak laku kena colored. See. But entahlah, tak tahulah budak zaman sekarang, budak zaman sekarang. Aku pun budak zaman sekarang Okay, so I hope you all like and share this video. I hope you all take note of what I shared with you. And it's something weird, I don't know. I've never thought that something like this will happen or can happen, especially nak cakap in our generation ni macam a few years ago, in our zaman also this happened a few years ago, started already. So I'm sure there's a lot of funny things going on. So just be more prudent, be more careful, first we are family first, second we are friend So I always think that it's best for us to check each other. Dia nak marah ke whatever lah, but we have to tegur and check and say, rather than because kita nak friend keep relationship kita macam buat bodoh, then betul-betul kalau terkena kesian lah orang tu. Imagine the person that I'm talking about, she lost more than 10,000 over this person, overseas person, more than $10,000, and I mean she's not a very rich person, but 10,000 will do you good, right? In your retirement, 10,000 is a lot of money for somebody who's retired, relaxing at home. You could have a cup of coffee anytime you want and all. Then now have to go out and work. Kesian kan? Yeah, but at that time I didn't know there was such a thing happening. So if not, I would have to go also lah. Okay, but anyway, let's try to keep a lookout for our loved ones lah. Hopefully it doesn't happen to any of our loved ones, our friends, family. And okay, so that's all I wanted to share. I ada topik lagi satu nak share. Also topik hangat dan merepek. InsyaAllah I'll do it besok ke lusa ke insyaAllah. Okay, so I have to go and meet the client already today. Okay, so stay safe everybody. COVID is really going crazy now. It's attacking a lot of kids, so please take care of your kids and loved ones lah. Okay, so kalau salah cakap ke apa, kita minta maaf. And I'll see you all soon. Assalamualaikum. Thank you so much for watching. Like and share, and I'll see you guys again. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Bye bye.